Once upon a time, in a kingdom nestled between misty mountains and sparkling lakes, there lived a benevolent king named King Aurelius. He was blessed with 12 beautiful daughters, each named after a precious gemstone: ruby, sapphire, emerald, diamond, amethyst, topaz, opal, pearl, jade, garnet, amber, and the eldest, crystal. From dawn to dusk, the castle halls echoed with the melodious laughter of the princesses and the soft pitter-patter of their delicate feet. They danced through the corridors, twirled in the gardens, and pirouetted beneath the starlit sky. Their joy was infectious, spreading throughout the kingdom like a warm, gentle breeze. Each princess possessed a unique talent that complemented her love for dance. Ruby had a voice that could charm the birds from the trees, while Sapphire's paintings captured the very essence of magic. Emerald could weave stories that transported listeners to far-off lands, and Diamond's musical compositions could bring tears to the eyes of even the hardest of hearts. The princesses' days were filled with lessons in etiquette, history, and diplomacy, but their evenings belonged to dance. In the grand ballroom, with its crystal chandeliers and polished marble floors, they would practice their steps, creating intricate patterns and graceful formations that seemed to defy gravity itself. King Aurelius delighted in his daughter's passion, often watching from the shadows with a proud smile on his face. He believed that their love for dance was a gift, one that brought light and happiness to their lives and to the entire kingdom. However, not everyone shared the king's enthusiasm. The royal advisor, Lord Obsidian, a stern man with eyes like cold, black stones, viewed the princesses' nightly dances as frivolous and unbecoming of their station. He whispered into the king's ear, planting seeds of doubt and concern. "Your Majesty," Lord Obsidian would say, his voice as smooth as silk but as sharp as a dagger, "the princesses must learn to be proper ladies. Their time would be better spent studying statecraft and preparing for their future roles as queens and diplomats." Torn between his love for his daughters and his duty to the kingdom, King Aurelius reluctantly agreed to restrict the princesses' dancing. He ordered the ballroom doors to be locked each night, and placed guards at every entrance to ensure his daughters remained in their chambers after sunset. The princesses were devastated. Their once vibrant spirits dimmed like stars obscured by storm clouds. They went about their daily duties with heavy hearts, their feet aching to dance, their souls yearning for the freedom they once knew. But Crystal, the eldest and wisest of the sisters, refused to let their passion be extinguished. Late one night, as moonlight streamed through the stained glass windows of their shared bedchamber, she gathered her sisters around her. "Dear sisters," she whispered, her eyes gleaming with determination, "our love for dance is not something that can be locked away or forgotten. It is a part of who we are, as essential as the air we breathe. We must find a way to keep our passion alive." As if in response to her words, a shimmering light appeared in the center of their circle. It coalesced into a delicate, crystalline key that seemed to be woven from moonbeams and stardust. Crystal reached out and grasped it, feeling a surge of magic course through her veins. With trembling hands, she approached a previously unnoticed door hidden behind a tapestry. The key fit perfectly, and as she turned it, the door swung open to reveal a secret passage bathed in an otherworldly glow. Hand in hand, the 12 princesses descended a spiral staircase that seemed to go on forever. With each step, their surroundings transformed. The stone walls gave way to shimmering curtains of light, and the air became thick with the scent of night-blooming flowers. At last, they emerged into a breathtaking underground realm. A vast ballroom stretched before them, its floor paved with precious gems that glowed with an inner light. Towering trees with silver leaves and golden fruit lined the edges, their branches intertwining to form a living canopy overhead. In the center of this magical ballroom stood 12 handsome princes, each dressed in attire that matched the princesses' gemstone names. As if in a dream, the princes bowed and extended their hands, inviting the princesses to dance. And dance they did. For hours that felt like mere moments, the princesses twirled and leaped, their feet barely touching the glowing floor. They danced to music that seemed to come from the very air itself, a melody of starlight and dreams. As dawn approached, Crystal reluctantly led her sisters back to their chamber. They collapsed into their beds, exhausted but filled with a joy they hadn't felt in weeks. From that night on, the princesses used the magical key to visit their secret ballroom, dancing until their shoes were worn through, night after night. During the day, they went about their duties with renewed vigor, their eyes sparkling with their hidden secret. King Aurelius noticed the change in his daughters and was relieved to see their spirits lifted, though he remained unaware of the cause. Lord Obsidian, however, grew suspicious. He noticed the princesses' worn shoes and their tired eyes in the mornings. Determined to uncover their secret, he devised a plan to follow them. One night, disguised as a shadow, Lord Obsidian slipped into the princess's chamber. He watched in amazement as Crystal produced the magical key and led her sisters through the hidden door. Silently, he followed them into the underground realm. As he witnessed the princesses dancing with their enchanted partners, Lord Obsidian's cold heart began to thaw. He saw the pure joy on their faces, the grace in their movements, and understood at last the power and beauty of their passion. Overcome with emotion, Lord Obsidian stepped out of the shadows, revealing himself to the startled princesses. But instead of anger or accusation, his face was filled with wonder and regret. "Forgive me, your highnesses," he said, bowing low. "I see now that I was wrong to try to stifle your love for dance. It is not a frivolous pursuit, but a noble art that brings light and beauty to the world." Crystal, wise beyond her years, approached Lord Obsidian with a gentle smile. "There is nothing to forgive," she said, extending her hand. "Will you join us in a dance?" And so, in that magical ballroom beneath the earth, princesses, princes, and a once stern advisor danced together until the first light of dawn. When they returned to the castle, Lord Obsidian went straight to King Aurelius and told him everything he had seen. Moved by the advisor's change of heart and the realization of how important dancing was to his daughters, King Aurelius lifted all restrictions. He ordered the ballroom doors to be thrown open once more, and declared that there would be a grand ball every full moon to celebrate the art of dance. From that day forward, the kingdom was filled with music and laughter. The 12 dancing princesses shared their passion with all who wished to learn, and their secret underground ballroom remained a special place they could visit whenever they needed a touch of magic in their lives. And so, dear listeners, remember that true passion can never be locked away. Like the 12 dancing princesses, may you always find a way to let your spirit soar, whether in dance or in whatever brings joy to your heart. For in the end, it is the music of our souls that makes life truly magical.